This is a Norfolk Southern -9 locomotive. It was built to handle anything a major Class 1 railroad could throw at it. But some journeys are just too challenging for even this Goliath of the rails. And few places are more grueling for a locomotive than the mountains surrounding Altoona, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the unforgiving world of mountain railroading. The city of Altoona's name derives from the Latin altus, meaning high. This is no joke, as the city is situated 1,500 feet above sea level. Now that's high up. But as grueling as mountain railroading is, the Norfolk Southern has systems in place to help these locomotives fight the grade. First off are the helper engines. The concept of a helper is used around the country, and essentially is a locomotive on the back of a train providing the same power as the locomotive on the front in order to maintain a train's slack and to prevent it from stalling. In Altoona, helper sets consist of SD-70 ACU locomotives and are constantly shuttling up and down the mountain to pick up trains in need of a boost. Equipped with a program known as Helper Link, these specific SD-70 ACUs replaced Norfolk Southern's aging SD-40E helpers, which worked the Alleghenies up until mid-2020. Sometimes, even more than 2 helpers are needed to push a train up and down the mountain. For example, 590, a loaded coal train, is carrying roughly 15,000 tons of coal, with no distributed power units in the middle of the train. So, some SD-70 ACU helper units were sent west to give 590 a boost. If it weren't for these helpers, 590 very well could have stalled on the mountain. Stalling, which typically happens on hills, is when a train with an insufficient amount of motive power pauses whilst tackling a grade. In these situations, especially around Altoona, helper sets are deployed and sent to the scene. Here at the bottom of the mountain, the coal train is now safe and free from the risks of mountain railroading. So, 590's helper set uncoupled from the back of the train. Then, the helpers waited and proceeded west towards Altoona. This helper set is likely bound for Altoona's Rose Yard, one of the many places where the Norfolk Southern stations their helpers. Cresson, located on the western slope of the mountain, is another one of those places, providing helpers with a fueling pad and a siding for layovers. So, the grind of mountain railroading must put a lot of wear and tear into these locomotives, right? That is correct, and that is why it is mighty convenient that the Norfolk Southern's Juniata shops are located near the middle of the Allegheny Mountains in Altoona. Here, at the shops, Norfolk Southern rebuilds and repairs their locomotive fleet. For example, the SD-70 ACU helper units are actually rebuilt SD-90 Max, which were rebuilt here in Altoona. For more on that rebuild, check out Worldwide Railfan's high-quality video on them in the top right. Additionally, much of Norfolk Southern's mighty -9 fleet was rebuilt here at the Juniata shops into fresh new AC-44 C6Ms. Today, both of these locomotives can be seen cresting the Allegheny Mountains on a daily basis. But as the -9 fleet begins to dwindle in numbers, the amount of AC-44 C6Ms will continue to grow. Fortunately, the AC-44 C6M possesses the same power and might that the -9s held, and will continue to hold it for years to come. The rebuild program at the Juniata shops has provided Norfolk Southern with a much clearer future than most railroads. It has also created some of America's most successful and robust locomotives ever to be operated by a Class 1 railroad. Here in Altoona, not only is the altitude high, but so are Norfolk Southern's hopes for a prosperous future. Norfolk Southern has maintained the strong presence of a really unique and special place in Altoona, and they certainly will for years to come. But in the meantime, Let's say hooray for this railroad's extremely bright future in Pennsylvania.